should see to it that you give it its
Due recognition.
credit, its recognition, whose words they are. And usually, ideally, these kind of words or sentences, they are put in double inverted commas so that they are emphasized in whatever summary that you are making, and the reader knows that these are the words of the original writer or the author from wherever you have taken those words. And just in case if the reader feels that he or she would like to know more about what the original author wants to say about and wants more details, can easily go back when you are giving the recognition or you're giving the credit, you're giving all details about the book you refer to, the name of the author, the page numbers. It helps the person to go back and to read the original author, what he has to say about he or she has to say about the topic. It becomes easy for referencing, for future reference. And summarizing is very extensively used. Not only you as students will be using summarizing skills in your classroom lectures, or maybe when you are preparing for your examinations, but later on also when you join some organization or when you are into a profession, at every point of time you will be required to make summaries of after listening to something or maybe after reading something, which can be used to take important decisions or to make certain changes in certain policies of the organization, etc., etc. All these things are summarizing skills do help in making your task easy, where if your boss is not in a position to read an entire report, for example, entire report that you have prepared, you may be asked to present a summary of it. So the way you do your summarizing, also it not only gives a very favorable impression on you as the employee, but also it helps the person who is reading to get a gist or the central idea of what exactly you try to present or what you are trying to say in your report. This is just an example I was giving. Madam, would you like to highlight on what we talked about note-making skills?
Again, as these two are very important study skills, as we pointed earlier in the due course of our lecture, we have told you that note making is different from summarizing as well as note taking. I would again like my students to remember that note making is not useful in your day-to-day lectures, but it also prepares you for professional performances. For example, if you are attending a meeting, then in an organizational setup, your habit of making proper notes in an effective manner using all acronyms, short forms, the different styles, that linear styles, the tabular form that we have discussed today, the flow charts that we have discussed today, that helps you not only taking down the notes, but it helps you when you are converting those minutes of the meeting into a report. So developing the habit of note making not only helps you in preparing notes for your examination, but this habit, if you inculcate in these grooming years of your undergraduate and the postgraduate programs, as it is a part of your habit, when you join a profession, you don't need specific training. You have groomed yourself, and you use these study skills of note making when you are in any profession. And we have already discussed about the various techniques that we use in note making, as the reduction techniques we have talked about, the various acronyms, the various mathematical signs, the other symbols that we have mentioned that can be very handy while you are making your notes. Again, I would like my students to remember that when they are making notes, they should be as original, as genuine as they are. As you have your own personality, your own likes, your own preferences, your personality should get reflected in your notes. And I will again reiterate and emphasize that whatever you write speaks about your personality in your absentia. So the impression that your notes will make on yourself and in future on others makes you a good communicator. And systematically using this technique of note making helps you arrive at a conclusion through proper process of analysis, that is comparing and contrasting.
Contrasting.
It helps you arrive at your own decision, not just assuming things, but giving certain arguments in support of your statements or the statements that you have found or read in the books. So develop these skills of note making in the due course. And I think our today's lecture might have been very fruitful
Yeah.
to our students. They may again use various examples that they have in their books, follow the techniques that we have discussed today, and again keep in mind that summarizing and note making are two very different skills, yet associated with one umbrella term, that is the study skills.
Study skills.
And
And I think I would like to also point out to my students that this is a very good exercise which, as students, you should definitely make it a practice of either summarizing or note making, because it increases your concentration levels also. While reading or while listening to lectures, or when you are making your notes or summarizing, you need to concentrate on what exactly you are doing, so that you follow a logical pattern in whatever notes you are making or whatever summary you are writing.
another thing I would like to point out to my students is that it inculcates a proper reading habit. When you read with concentration, you do skimming. Skimming and scanning are two important aspects of reading. There are different types of reading, but keep in mind, when you are reading for either summarizing or note making, you are not reading fast at a faster pace. When you are reading at a faster pace, you miss out certain things, or you arrive at certain assumptions which are not proper. You are not reading for pleasure. What is important for you to remember is you are reading for understanding, and that reading for understanding leads to reading for writing. So there are various steps that are evolved in note making, and as our students are definitely aware of the 4 macro skills that we have talked about, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. These macro skills are quite important for us, because as they are a part of soft skills, and I want my students to remember that whatever you listen, it leads to note taking. Whatever you read, it leads to note making. So in a way, you are improving your listening skills, you are improving your reading skills, and at the end, when you write it in your own words, you improve your writing skills. One more thing, there are certain micro skills like analytical skills, like we have organizing skills, like we have negotiating skills, like we have conflict resolving skills, we have interpersonal communication skills, persuasive skills, assertive skills. You develop your own style of writing, and when you incorporate these skills in your writing, definitely your summary or the notes that you end up with, they are more emphatic, they are more assertive, they are more persuasive, and they serve the objective for which you have written either the summary or the notes.
Yes.
And with this, we come to an end of today's discussion. We have certain websites on us on the screen, and if our students would like to refer to those websites, they'll find ample material there for as examples, which they can either write the summary on, or they can make their own notes using these websites. So I want my students to know these websites and follow the pattern and follow up and write the notes and make summaries. Use whatever we have discussed today in a constructive manner. Thank you.
Thank you.